What's going on, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and today's everybody's favorite, not so favorite segment because we are talking about money. So we are going to be talking about the upcoming collected editions for July of 2021. So it's time to fill those shelves and empty those wallets. Let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. Before getting started, a huge thank you and shout out to all our patrons for making videos like this possible. So we are on Patreon. It's an amazing way to support the channel, and it's where you can find the written documentation of all the books I'm talking about here, and it makes it easier for a lot of people to keep track of what's coming out week by week. And speaking of week by week, just want to remind everybody, dates are always subject to change, such as the case of Wolverine. A lot of Omnis last month were supposed to come out in June. Now they're moved over to July. And I know the astonishing Melanie went over the list that I left her of all the books that are going to be delayed, such as the case of like Cosmic Ghost Rider, Wolverine being one of them, but it is coming out on July 23rd, and that's Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2. So I'll be doing a separate video for my top 10 choices, essential buys or must buys or recommended buys for the month of July. That will be another video coming out sometime probably in Sunday. Let's do Sunday. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the week of July 7th. We have 4 weeks this month, and holy crap, one of them, let's go whoop that wallet's ass. Alright, so kicking off with Marvel Comics, we have Black Panther, The Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, Part 4. So this wraps up that era of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, collecting Black Panther 19 through 25. Captain America, The Epic Collection Dawn's Early Light, is getting a reprint. So this collects Captain America 247 to 266, as well as annual number 5, if I'm not mistaken. King in Black is still continuing in miniseries. So we're getting the King in Black Atlantis Attacks. And Savage Sword of Conan, the original Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 5 is coming out that week with a direct market cover and a variant cover. And I'll be doing an advanced look at that sometime, probably on Monday, as well as an advanced look at this. And I can't wait to talk about this, and that is Star Wars Legends, Old Republic Omnibus, the very first Star Wars from the Dark Horse Years Omnibus released by Marvel, if that makes sense. I think it does. Both covers are going to be released that week. And we're also getting Symbiote Spider-Man, King in Black, continuing this series. My wife was a big fan of this series. This is the series that's feels like the ongoing series was canceled so they could keep doing miniseries, but hey, whatever, because it is Peter David and Greg Land writing the story of Peter Parker in the symbiote outfit. And to wrap up that week for Marvel Comics, we have Wolverine Collection, or the Epic Collection rather, Blood and Claws. From DC Comics, we have Batman Damned, the trade paperback. Has it? Oh my gosh, it's been two and a half years since the hardcover came out, the Black Label hardcover. I assume the trade paperback is just going to be your standard trim size instead of the magazine size like the hardcover was, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet. Future State, Dark Detective is coming out. So that is that mini-series from DC Comics. There's going to be a lot of Future State books. Justice League Unlimited Girl Power is also coming out that week. So this all takes place in the DC animated universe. And wrapping up that week is Justice League Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 3. It's one that a lot of people have been looking forward to. As far as manga that week, we have Die Dark Volume 2. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the title. Maybe it's that cover. Maybe it's both. This is printed by Seven Seas Entertainment. Devilish Darlings Portal Fantasy. I think I know why I added that in here, and that's probably the font that they use on the cover, right? Why else would I put that on this list? Fire Force, Volume 23. Big shout out to my buddy Gio, a Week in Geekdom, for getting me into Fire Force. I've read the first 4. He got me, I think, the first 8 or so. Anyway, Volume 23 is coming out the first week of July. My Little Pony manga, Day in the Life of Equestria Omnibus. So that's interesting that this is a manga based on My Little Pony, and it's coming out in omnibus format. So pretty cool. I assume it's going to be like all the other manga and released in black and white. Shaman King Omnibus Volume 3, continuing Shaman King releases in omnibus format. So it's 3 in 1 basically. And Undead Unluck. If you haven't seen my daughter's video where we reviewed this monthly hauls that they're kind enough to send us, so I can't really call them hauls, but she reviewed Undead Unluck, and I didn't know, I'm a horrible father, that the guy was running around naked the entire time, but they hide it rather witty, and by it, you know what I mean. But she was reading it, and she's like, Poppy, am I supposed to be reading this? This guy's naked a lot. And I'm always like, what? Give me that book. Okay, it's fine. Tongue-in-cheek nakedness. That's okay. All right, as far as others, but hey, every parent is different. I'm just speaking for myself. I don't speak for all parents. That could not be allowed at someone else's house. As far as others that week, we have Bandette, hardcover, volume 4. This is from Dark Horse Comics. It's written by Paul Tobin, though. And Colleen Coover is drawing the book. We also have Harrow County Omnibus Volume 2. And it looks like I'm still waiting for final confirmation of the Harrow County Library Edition reprints. It looks like they were canceled because not enough pre-orders went through. But my contact over there was double checking. Hellboy University Central, Hellboy trade paperback is coming out. Stephen McCraney's Space Boy Volume 10. I love that cover. It's cute. I like it. Stone Star. Kind of sounds like Lone Star, but it's not. Stone Star Volume 1 is coming out that week. That is written by Jim Zub. Big fan of his stuff. He's gotten a lot of work published by Marvel. Firefly, Blue Sun Rising, the limited edition hardcover is coming out from Boom Studios that week. And we're also going to get the Fire Never Goes Out Memoirs and Pictures. Man, it's a heck of a name right there. And that cover looks epic. So this is from Noelle Stevenson. So it's a memoir. Okay, I don't want to read what it's about, but it sounds like something I would enjoy. So that's a purchase for me, probably. Just based on that cover. True Stars of the Fabulous Killjoys. Oh my gosh, Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys National Anthem trade paperback. It's interesting because the trade paperback comes out this week, and then a week later, or 2 weeks later, the library editions come out. So, interesting way of releasing those. Firepower by Kirkman and Samney, continuing that series. Volume 3 is coming out. And goddamn, trade paperback Volume 2, Virgin Brides, is coming out from Image Comics. So that's good. It's good to see it back on the map again. Jason Aaron's book. And big shout out to Jason Aaron for retweeting my announcement videos. Very kind, very kind. Was not expected. Middle West, the Complete Tale hardcover. Can't wait to own that. That's going to be all of that series in one hardcover. And Pantomime is coming out that week, as well as Red Atlantis. And then Unwanted Stories of Syrian Refugees looks really interesting. It's collected just anthology of different stories from Don Brown, I believe, is the writer. Yeah, he just depicts moments of horror and heartbreaking stuff, and all this stuff really happening makes these kind of stories hard to read, but I think they're also important to read. For the week of July 14th, from Marvel Comics, we have the History of the Marvel Universe trade paperbacks. There are 3 covers for this. If you've not read the gallery edition, it was so good. So good. The way Mark Waid writes it, the artwork is phenomenal. So I absolutely 100% recommend that. King in Black, Planet of Symbiotes, depending on how you want to say it. That is coming out that week. Loki, Mistress of Mischief, is coming out that same week. And as always, I do all these advanced overviews of these books that come out the week of. On Tuesday mornings is when I usually like to do them. Just because it's fresh on everybody's mind, and they can look at the internal artwork, see what the story is about. So this is a series I haven't read, but I think it collects more than just what the title implies, because this is written by Vida Ayala, plus more, and Rod Reyes. So I wonder if they're going to have a lot of the JMS stuff in there when Loki first appeared in the pages of his Thor run. We're also going to get the Marvelverse She-Hulk, and that's a great introduction to the characters of from Marvel Comics. And man, She-Hulk is getting a lot of love. That's 4 Omnis she's going to get, plus one of these little graphic novels. The Mighty Marvel Masterworks Fantastic Four Volume 1 Greatest Heroes, both the Standard Edition and Direct Market, are going to be released on July 14th. And that's going to be a whole family event. We're reviewing the book, all of us together. Myself, the astonishing Melanie, and our daughters, Miss Lydia, and adjectiveless Alicia, are all reading the Fantastic Four, and it's been quite fun to do that with the family. Because Alicia has a lot of questions about the old language, especially Ben Grimm's language. Squadron Supreme versus Avengers. So this is stories that feature the Squadron Supreme, Mark Gruenwald's Squadron Supreme, in the pages of Avengers. And if you have the Omnibus, the expanded Omnibus, that's already collected in there. But if you're getting Squadron Supreme in the trade paperback format, then this is the other book that you need. Now, as far as DC Comics for the week of July 14th, we have DC's Unkillables trade paperback. So this collects the 3-issue miniseries. I love that cover. Tom Taylor again, man. I hope they make I really hope they make an omnibus out of that whole series. It's been a lot of fun to read, and I haven't caught up, so I don't know what this is. Future State Suicide Squad also coming out that week from DC Comics. So collecting stories from Earth 3's, or is it Earth 3? Whatever the future state is. Green Lantern Season 2 hardcover Volume 2. So I believe this wraps up Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp's run on Green Lantern. Hopefully we'll get some kind of nice deluxe hardcover edition when this is out for a while and the trade paperbacks are out. And Tom Taylor comes back again. Man, he's getting a lot of love this week with Injustice League Year Zero Complete Collection hardcover. Collecting all 14 chapters of Year Zero, but based on this price of $24.99, I want to say that this hardcover is probably going to be standard size. No way that they sell a deluxe hardcover for $24.99. I was going to say it'd be a great addition to the omnibus of Injustice, but it's not an oversized format. But you know what? Not everybody's like me in OCD. They can get it in different formats. Suicide Squad, Their Greatest Shots is coming out this week from DC Comics. So focusing on just different story arcs and like featuring one character in each particular story. So you have stuff in here from Suicide Squad number 22 from the 2013 series, Suicide Squad number 10 from the 1987 series. So it focuses primarily on characters like Captain Boomerang or, oh my gosh, I guess Harley Quinn is in here too, because it does feature some of the 2017 series and the 2013 series. And as far as manga, we're going to get Battle Angel Alita. Now it's coming out in softcover format. Cardcaptor Sakura, Clear Card number 9. Not sure how much longer that's going to go. Speaking of longer, Case Closed number 79. Or what the cool kids, or people that live in Japan, like to call Detective Conan, Volume 79. Are any of those out of print? Because I thought about getting those. But Soul Eater Perfect Edition, Volume 4 is coming out. Now, I know the later volumes of Soul Eater are out of print, so this hardcover editions have made a lot of people happy. Invincible Shovel. I read that as Invisible Shovel, and when I looked at it, I was like, well, obviously she has a shovel, and she can see it. Why is it invisible? More of the question should be, why can't Uncanny Omar read? But that's coming out that week. And as far as others, we have the True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys National Anthem Library Edition and the Deluxe Hardcover Edition, which is just the slipcase edition. And this is a follow-up to the original True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. And it is Gerard Way that's writing that. So if you're interested in purchasing this book, if you wait a week later, it's when the hardcover editions come out, or the library editions in the slipcase. EC Archives, Vault of Horror, continuing the EC run in trade paperback format. Heart in a Box. This is the second edition, and I've not heard of this series. I have no idea what it's about, but the cover intrigued me, because it kind of looks like a manga, but it is written by Kelly Thompson, and Meredith McLaren is the artist, so it's not a manga. and it collects, this is the second edition, so it collects Heart in a Box in a larger format with bonus materials and a new cover. And Kelly Thompson has just written a lot of things that I've enjoyed in Marvel Comics, so I may check that out if I don't forget. Also from Dark Horse that week is Raptor. This is by Dave McKean, who is a phenomenal artist, cover artist on Sandman. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with him and his work there. Oblivion Song by Kirkman is coming out with a hardcover, Volume 2. Quincredible trade paperback Volume 2, The Hero Within. This is from Oni Press, and it's written by Rodney Barnes and Selena Espiritu. Really dig that cover, though. The Hero Within. So this is Volume 2. Alright. Mental note. Have to check that out. Mental note. Or just go back and watch your videos, which I never do. Tarot. Witch of the Black Rose. Krampus Chronicles Deluxe Edition. So they're still pumping these out, huh? I had no idea that Tarot was coming out still. Awesome. Good for the people that are still getting it. I really had no idea that Tarot was still a thing. It's John Carpenter's Storm Kids Sacred Hearts. This is Steve Niles' work on a story by John Carpenter. Interesting. That is coming out from Storm King Productions. Dirty America graphic novels coming out that week. This one looks interesting. This is published by Second Sight Publishing, and it takes place in the year 1976 in Texas. I don't know. This looks like a good independent book. Sometimes I need a break from superheroes, and that looks fun. Miss Better Living Through Crime. What a title. Miss Better Living Through Crime. Really like that cover, though. This is published by Humanoids, and it's probably, I assume this is translated from the French, perhaps? Has a foreword by Ed Brubaker. Nice. Digging that cover, though. And kicking off the week of July 21st from Marvel Comics, we have Captain America, the Marvel Masterworks Volume 13. Both the direct market and the standard edition are out on the same day. And this collects issues 231 to 246 and Marvel Premiere number 49. This also happens to be my brother's birthday. Doctor Strange, Epic Collection, Master of Mystic Arts is getting a new printing. And I know a lot of people that are going to be upgrading their original Epic Volume 1 because it was by Quad Pro and it's one of the bad books that the cover doesn't fill up the whole book. It starts to curve, so it was just a bad quality product. And they're reprinting it. So again, I always like to point out the fact that with reprints or new printings of these books, the print run isn't as big or as high as the newer Epic collections. So they're smaller runs, so keep that in mind. Fantastic Four, Volume 2. This is the Omnibus, of course, that I'm talking about. So this is the Jack Kirby, Stan Lee era, Omnibus Volume 2. And the most exciting thing about this, if you don't own it, or if you own it, this might affect you, it is being remastered. So the artwork is being retouched up. And I saw samples of it already, and that is really cool that they're doing that because they're using the masters from the Marvel Masterworks, the latest Marvel Masterworks of this era. So we're going to get some better artwork. So for those people that never owned it, now is your chance to get it. And if you're curious, I'll be doing an advanced overview of it sometime as soon as I get it and comparing it to the original copy. And I haven't forgotten my buddy, 12 years old, that mailed me if I could send him a Volume 2 Omnibus. I haven't forgotten. I will do that. I'm a man of my word. Very excited about this one. Generation X Epic Collection trade paperback Volume 2 or Volume 1. So it looks like it got pushed back to July because I think it was supposed to come out originally in June, but at least it's coming out. So this collects Uncanny X-Men 316 to 318 and Adjectiveless X-Men 36 and 37, as well as Generation X 1 through 9, Wolverine 94, the Collector's Preview, and the Ashcan Edition. So this has the Phalanx Covenant parts of Uncanny and X-Men that introduce these new characters that will be featured in the Generation X book. I like the mapping. It's good. The King in Black, Namor, is coming out. So that's another mini-series. Kurt Busiek, though. That's what's up. Oh, man. I can't wait for this one, too. This is the Punisher. Epic Collection. We're getting another Punisher Epic Collection, the Return to Big Nothing, collecting issues 26 through 34 of the Punisher from the 1987 series, as well as the third annual. And it's going to get Classic Punisher #1. It's going to have the epic graphic novel Return to Big Nothing, which was previously collected in trade paperbacks, but hey, all in one. I like that. Union Britannia Project is coming out. I had no idea about this particular series, so that's I don't even know who Paul Grist is the creator. Collects all 5 issues of this series. I do know the artist though, Andrea DeVito, and then RB Silva supplying the cover. From DC Comics, we have Batman, the Dark Prince Charming. We've had a hardcover of that collected before. And this is Marini's Batman. And this collects the first 2, or the 2-issue miniseries. We're going to get Future State Wonder Woman. And that comes out the same week. So this collects that miniseries of Wonder Woman. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of Future State books. Suicide Squad Case Files, Volume 1. So this is interesting because I didn't know this was a hardcover. So this also collects different stories with the characters that form the Suicide Squad. So you have things in here from Detective Comics number 300. Okay, these are classic stories that introduce some of the lesser known characters like Polka Dot Man and King Shark. Got it, that's what this is. Superman number 4 and 170, Amanda Waller number 1. Okay, that's what they're collecting here. Didn't know it was going to be a hardcover though. Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Volume 1, Hero of Metropolis. That's what's up. So this is Robert Vendetti's run. So collecting Man of Tomorrow 1 through 6 and 11 through 15. Anybody know why it doesn't collect issues 7 through 10? By all means, leave that in the comments below. I not only answer questions, I also ask them. Wonder Woman, Lords and Liars. So this collects... What are you doing down here? My dog's down here. Hey man, you're supposed to be upstairs. Y'all remember when he was a pup? Look how big he is. I don't know. Well, you can't tell. Come here. Y'all remember how little he used to be? Look how big he is. Alright, Strider. Alright, I was talking about Wonder Woman, dude. Alright, you good? So, Wonder Woman, Lords and Liars. Sorry. Unexpected interruption. As far as manga that week, we have Battle Angel Alita, Mars Chronicles Volume 7. Wonder how much longer that's gonna go. And Beastars Volume 13. That is freaking just running through. I could have sworn that series just started. As far as other publishers, we have BPRD, Hell on Earth, Volume 2. This is the trade paperback edition, so it's the same material that was collected in the hardcover edition. The Usagi Yojimbo Saga, Volume 2 is coming out. They're reprinting Usagi Yojimbo Saga, but it is the trade paperback edition, so it's not the hardcover, the limited edition ones. And Big Hard Sex Criminals is coming out, Volume 3. So this collects issues 21 through 30 and issue 69. And if you haven't seen our interview with Chip Zdarsky, man, that guy is hilarious. But that should be the final volume of Big Hard Sex Criminals. Bliss is coming out in trade paperback format from Image Comics. This is written by Sean Lewis, and Caitlin Yarsky draws it. It's all 8 issues of that. Really like that cover. Image is also releasing Marth Valleys. No idea what this is about. I can't even pronounce the creator's name. Epic, EPHK. But he is the artist and writer on this. And I assume, just looking at the cover, it's some kind of Mars exploration. Just really want to read that just based on the cover alone. And the title is intriguing. I like the font that they use. Sometimes that draws me to a book. Anybody else the same way? This looks like an interesting title too. Comic Book History of Animation. Trade paperback is coming out. I'm a big fan of the just animation and the history and the evolution of it. So this looks like a pretty interesting read. Lock and Key. The Key House Compendium hardcover is coming out. Finally, we have another date. Knock on wood that it actually comes out this time. TMNT Ongoing IDW Collection, Volume 13, is coming out that same week. This is the hardcover collections. Once and Future trade paperback, Volume 3. And speaking of hardcover collections, Once and Future was announced to get a hardcover collection. And this collects issues 13 through 18 of the series by Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora. Dan Mora's artwork is just chef's kiss. Of course, I also like Gillen's writing. Now, some people kind of find him pretentious, but I dig it. Red Sonja, Volume 3, Children's Crusade is coming out. This is the 2019 series of Red Sonja. And we're also going to get the Red Sonja Age of Chaos trade paperback. And from Dynamite, we also get Vampirella Interstellar Volume 3. That is a cool cover, man. I could have... It looks like Peach Momoko, but I don't know if it is or not. Can't tell just looking at that cover. But really digging it. I'm willing to put money that it is Peach Momoko. Celestia is getting a hardcover edition. This is published by Fantagraphics Books. Really like the cover. This is Manuel Fior. He's both artist and writer. So it's a brand new graphic novel. And I don't know what it's about, but it looks, based on the cover, if the artwork is anything like that cover, I'm in. One Line, the hardcover edition, is coming out from Oni Press. So this is Ray Fox. Okay. I'm in. The hardcover isn't that much either. It retails for $24.99. River of Ink looks so pretty. No idea what this is about, but man, I like that cover. A lot of covers that are getting me. I like the ink spots all over the... I assume those are cows? I don't know what they are. It looks really pretty. Plus, there's an interview with Scott McCloud, huh? And CC's Journal hardcover edition is coming out, Lost and Found. The hardcover came out, I think, last year sometime, and we're getting a softcover of Volume 1 as well. Fantagraphics Underground Hand of Black. So that's the full title. That's an interesting title because it's Fantagraphics that's publishing, so I assume this would just be called Hand of Black, which is what the cover shows. But the full title is Fantagraphics Underground Hand of Black. So this is all by Martin Sendrera, who's a comic book writer and artist. But he's also an animator. He's the guy that did, he does BoJack Horseman in South Park. But this is an anthology of just little mini stories with dark humor. So if you're familiar with BoJack Horseman and South Park, then you kind of know what to expect from here. That's why I added it on here. As well as Michael Moorcock's library edition of Elric Stormbringer. It's in hardcover format. I was getting the newer Elric stuff, but this looks like the classic Elric stuff, because that's P. Craig Russell. Well, that's P. Craig Russell on artwork, but this is Stormbringer. So this is it collects the 7-issue miniseries. That week shows the release of The Strange Death of Alex Raymond, and I did an advance look at some of it, not all of it, because this is the full book. The hardcover edition comes out that week. Now, despite of how you feel about Dave Sim, that artwork looks amazing. But, of course, most of it is done now by Carson Grubau, who is an amazing artist. Oh, man. That stuff is awesome. And to wrap up that week, we're also going to get from Scout Comics, Shh, Bleep, T, Show, or Shh, T, Show. However you pronounce it. Love that cover, though. This is written by Adam Barnhart and drawn by Samir Simao. So, that looks like an awesome comic. Scout Comics, huh? Alright, the last week of July, so July 28th, we're finally going to get the reprint of The Amazing Spider-Man by Michelinie and McFarlane Omnibus. So collecting the classic issues that introduce us to Venom, 296 to 329, and material from Spectacular Spider-Man Annual Number 10. Love the fact that the Rec Market cover is issue 300 instead of the recolored Spider-Man in his black outfit. Both covers are coming out that same day, and $100 retail price. And we're also going to get Captain America by Jurgens Omnibus that same day. So both the direct market cover and the standard edition cover are being released that same day. And this week, holy crap, this week has a lot of books from Marvel. Captain America Omnibus Volume 3 is coming out this week. So this collects issues 149 to 192. So it fills in that gap of the Silver Age Volumes 1 and 2. And this fits in right after Volume 3 or 2, but before the Jack Kirby Omnibus. Both covers are being released that day. Conan Epic Collection, Curse of the Golden Skull, collecting issues 27 to 42 of Conan, as well as the first annual. I'm so excited about this one. Fantastic Four Heroes Return Complete Collection, Volume 3. So this collects issues 33 to 45, and it also has the Fantastic Fourth Voyage of Sinbad and Inhumans miniseries 1 through 4. And this book right here, but the giant-sized X-Men tribute to Ween and Cockrum, is coming out. This is the gallery edition. I'll be doing an advanced look at this because I'm so excited to look at what they did. I heard about the project and I honestly forgot about it, but that's coming out the last week of July, as well as Golden Age Captain America Omnibus Volume 2. Both covers are coming out that week, collecting issues 13 through 24 of Golden Age Captain America. Holy crap, this week is, whew, it's gonna whoop your wallet's ass. King in Black Avengers is coming out. So this is written by Jeffrey Thorne, and Herman Peralta does the artwork of this particular series, or some of the series rather, because it does collect King in Black Black Panther, King in Black Captain America, King in Black Ghost Rider. All the one-shots are collected in there. Thunderbolts, King in Black Thunderbolts, that is, and that collects the 3-issue miniseries of Thunderbolts, as well as King in Black Marauders. Reign of X, Volume 2. Take this with a grain of salt, but it states that it collects New Mutants 14, Marauders 16, Excalibur number 16, X-Force 15 and 16, and X-Men number 17. And this is the week where Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2 is showing to come out. So July 28th, the last week of the month, is when Wolvie comes out. So we will see. Hopefully it will. Hopefully there will not be any more delays. So from DC Comics, we're going to get the Suicide Squad Case Files hardcover Volume 2. Again, collecting the early appearances of these characters like Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey number 58, Booster Gold number 1, Detective Comics 585. So this is in hardcover format. And we're getting Suicide Squad Trial by Fire, a new edition. This looks like a movie poster, but this is the classic John Ostrander run on Suicide Squad. I wish they had done an omnibus, but hey, they're reprinting the trade paperback of the first volume with a movie cover. And we also are going to get the release of I Am Not Starfire, which is written by Mariko Tamaki. And this is drawn by Yoshi Yoshitani. So this takes place in an alternate reality. It doesn't take place in the DC universe. Manga for that week, so the last week of the month, we're going to get Booty Royale. Never Go Down Without a Fight Omnibus. Omnibus? Booty Royale is getting an omnibus before Man of Steel. Come on, man. Okay, I can see why. But still, come on, DC. Look, Booty Royale is getting an omnibus. I can't stop saying that name. It's too good not to. I'm in love with the Villainous. I'm in love with Villainous Volume 1. And Noragami Stray God Volume 23. I just, by the way, I don't go through all the manga. I just put some of the manga that I'm interested in, or I know some of my viewers are interested in. As far as other publishers for the last week of the month of July, we have Once and Future Queen. So not only do we have Once and Future, this is Once and Future Queen. And let me see who publishes this. This is published by Dark Horse Comics. And it's got artwork in here by, who's that? It looks like Nick Brokenshire does the artwork. And it's written by Adam Nave. Alright. Collecting all 5 issues, or the first 5 issues of that series. Shadows is getting a hardcover. Again, that is published by Dark Horse Comics. And, wow. Digging that cover. That looks beautiful. Not even going to try to read the creator's name, though. Zabuz. I'll just use the first name. And sometimes I'm in the mood for these kind of stories with artwork like that. Going into it, not knowing what it's about, and just judging a book by its cover. I don't know. Sometimes graphic novels... It's better to judge a book by its cover when it's a graphic novel than, I guess, a novel. Rain Like Hammers. Sky Cradle is coming out. This is a trade paperback from Image Comics, collecting Rain Like Hammers 1 through 5. Also dig that art style. Brandon Graham. That's the guy that did Prophet. Yeah, it's the guy that did Prophet. Alright. So it's got to be good. I love Prophet. I'm still waiting on Image to do the right thing and release Prophet in freaking hardcover edition because it rightly deserves it. All right, Batman. Take this one with a grain of salt. Batman The Max Arkham Dreams is coming out in hardcover format. I think I have been announcing that book for almost 2 years now, and this is the 5th time I've talked about it. So with a grain of salt, it's July 28th is the date that I have. Buffy the Vampire Slayer trade paperback volume 6. This is the ongoing Boom series. Star Trek Voyager 7 Reckoning is getting a release that day as well. This is trade paperback format from Boom. And speaking of trade paperback format, the Complete Peanuts collection trade paperback volume 15 is coming out that week. And we're also going to get, yes, from Fantagraphics, Darkwing Duck. That's awesome. This is the classic stuff in hardcover format too. So this is Darkwing Duck, Just Us Justice Ducks. All right. So based on the Disney... Oh, it's part of the Disney Afternoon Adventures logo, huh? Maybe that's the start of something. I don't know. But I like this stuff. Tad Stones, the creator of Darkwing Duck, drew a picture for my daughter. So before she was even born. And, oh man, that's awesome. So I can't wait for this stuff to come out. And we're also going to get Usagi Yojimbo Special Edition hardcover, the reprint from Fantagraphics. EC's Jack Kamen 40 Wax and Other Stories is coming out. These are beautiful books. Does anybody get these EC or EC books in this format? Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, trade paperback volume 1 is coming out. Love that cover. 1000 Storms is coming out in hardcover format from Magnetic Press. And without even looking at the name, I looked at the cover and I was like, oh, that's Tony Sandoval. Tony Sandoval is the guy that did Doom Boy and did Water Snakes. And Doom Boy is solid. And I need to read Water Snakes. Why haven't I read it? That's right, I've been reading nothing but X-Men. Because that's what I've been doing. Fathom, trade paperback volume 1, World Below Starter Edition is coming out. Illegal Cargo is coming out that same week. And that kind of reminded me of the cover to what was the show a little bit, but it's not. This is written by Augusto Mora. It's published by Black Panel Press. So I don't know. Maybe that looks like a read. Looks like something my wife would get me, and I read at the end of the year, and I'm like, hey, here's my top 10 reads. Have you guys heard of Illegal Cargo? It's awesome. Livewire. My gosh, this looks so good. I wish. One of these days, man, I need to get into the new Valiant stuff. Classic Valiant, I'm all over. New Valiant, that cover makes me really want to check it out. This is written by Vida Ayala, Raul Allen, and Stacey Lee does that cover. But this collects all 12 issues of the Livewire series. It is in deluxe hardcover format. Retails for $49.99. Man, that... I don't know, has anybody been reading that series? Because her writing is hit and miss with me. Sometimes I dig it, and then sometimes I was like, it's okay. And to wrap up the whole month of July, we are Rejected Omnibus format. So this is a trade paperback from Source Point Studios. No idea what this is about. This is written by Stan Konopka and drawn by Sean Langley. So this is all of the stories from We Are Rejected, including the prequel. So it's all in here. Now, when these books come out, don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And those are the books for the month of July of 2021. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited about, what you're picking up, what you're going to be saving your money for, because that last week, woo, boy, man. So, yes, and don't forget to come back to the channel. I'll be doing my top 10 essential buys, must buys, recommended buys for you all, or just books that I think I want to pick up. And I always limit myself to 10 because it's a lot of fun. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Check out our Patreon. Check out our spread shop. Amazing ways. You can get t-shirts like this on our spread shop. It's amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. More importantly, all of you, stay healthy, stay safe. Much love.